All right, good morning, everyone. You're all welcome to Morning Market Review, whereby we make daily profits from every move that the market is making. All right, my name is Gabriel Olureton, and also I'm known as the prophet of the global financial markets. First and foremost, apologies for coming up late by this time and by this hour of the day. Right. So just we have some technical issues and we were able to just get it. So good morning, Mr. Femi. All right, let's quickly go to what we have for today. Let's see what the market is doing. Let's see if we can easily make some moves, some pips from the market. The last time I did this meeting, or the last time I was privileged to be able to host this meeting, I showed us some few things from the market when we were talking about gold and other instruments like USJPY, GBP even oil. Those are the instruments that we looked at and we got to understand how they move. All right. So this morning we are going to quickly talk about what to look out for in order for us to be placing our buy and even to place the sell. Now, gold seems like it's trying to resume its uptrend, right? It's trying to resume its uptrend, but then we don't know how far and how long it will take gold to be able to complete that move. Okay? We don't know how far and how long it will take gold to be able to complete the move. But right now, with what I'm seeing on my screen, now I've been able to map out different levels of resistance, different levels whereby price might tend to change direction, or whereby price might tend to even want to continue in the line with its trend. Now, let's look at this together. This is 4 hours time frame, and this is the chart of gold. Now, by the time price has gotten to this point, what happens to price? You see that price came all the way down to this point. It tried going up, it fell again. Now, from this point, it seems like this is the end point for the downfall of gold. Now it's trying to find its way up. So if I'm going to advise you buying, or if I'm going to tell you to do anything on gold right now, what I will want you to do is to be able to put some pending orders above the price and pending orders below the price. Remember, if you cannot do all this analysis and you don't have time to be able to trade the global financial market, there are experts that your trading accounts can be connected to, and then they will be doing all the stress of analysis, all the stress of trading, and all the stress of closing trade for you, while you'll be going through the stress of withdrawing, okay? So that is what we call copy trading. Copy trading is a system whereby you copy professional traders, you copy experts. All you just need to do is to register, and then your account will be connected to a professional trader account, so that anything the guy is doing is also reflecting on your trading account, right? If you want to know more about it, you want to learn how it works, just kindly reach out to your account officer so that they will be able to help you and guide you through it properly. Okay, so coming back to gold, what did I say? I said we can have our pending orders above and below the current prices. All right, so just set your orders, then wait for gold to fall in line. I was telling one of my colleagues yesterday, I wish I had set a buy stop on gold above that. This is my second green point here where price broke through. But I set the buy stop, I might take profits, I would have cashed out massively from that move. So I don't want to miss another move. So above where price got to, I put my, pending order, and below it, I'll put my pending order. So in case price wants to do otherwise, I'll still be able to carry the move, and I will make, some pips from the move. So for gold, expect it to, to keep doing what it knows how to do, and, don't think you know the direction. Because most times why traders lost money, or why they lose money in the market rather, is because number one, they think they know. But then you don't know, because why did I say you don't know? The reason is because you are not the one that is controlling the price in the market. Now, if I am the one controlling the price in the market, then I know what I want it to do. But then you don't know. You are only envisaging if price would either rise or if price would fall. I remember what I told you on this gold. I said, just, you don't know what it will do. So just put your orders above the current price, put your orders below the current price. That's why I have to show you 4 hours time frame so that you can see all these things. Then by the time you now come down to 1 hour time frame, you see how price has just been massively moving up from day before yesterday, and yesterday did up and down. Today, do we expect it to do up and down, or we can easily catch some moves that from price, right? So I've told you what I need to tell you on gold. I think I'll just quickly move straight to USD JPY. USD JPY. So what's USD JPY doing? Remember the last time we did analysis, I told us there are two different directions for price. And, this was our top one. This was our top two. Price came back to retest this support, which was a resistance. Can you see? And this is what is called double top in trading. But remember, this rule, price has defined the rule. What is double top? Double top simply means a scenario whereby price rise to the top, it fell. Now that's for the first time. It rose again to the top where it got to before. It got there and is falling. That's double top. But then price did not complete the move. So the rule of double top was nullified by price. Now it's looking like price has taken its own direction and its own pattern. What is its direction? What is its pattern? Since price was not able to go down from this point, and basically even from here we were thinking this would be a forced breakout, then price will now fall, but it didn't. Now, price is trying to find its way up. But guess what? Price is still struggling. Price is still struggling around this zone here. It's still struggling around this zone. So if I'm going to advise you to do anything on this guy, so it will still result back to setting your orders above the current price, setting your orders below the current price. Let's see 1 hour time frame. You see, so this 1 hour time frame, see what price has been doing over time. Now, with what I'm looking at here, it's looking like price is ready to actually take its direction upward. Price is ready to take its direction upward. I won't be surprised that in the future, the way USDJPY will fall massively is going to be very, very alarming, because all the gaps that price has left opened without closing will still be filled by price. But when it will fill it, you don't know. But that's why, when you are trading some certain instruments, just be careful with your entry point. Most traders miss their entry and they tend to force their entry in another price location. And guess what? That's not the best thing to do as a trader. The best thing to do as a trader, when you miss your entry, you wait and you look for another entry. You don't force your entry if you have missed it, all right? So USDJPY, the same rule, the same rule that we saw on gold is applicable to USDJPY, all right? So we are waiting and we want price to what? We want price to do what it wants to do. Let's do our, what's it called? Our orders above the price, also our orders below the price. Now, I'll just quickly give room for someone to just, tell us, I'm going to open a chart now. The chart of, this is US 2000. US 2000. Now, most of the stocks that we have in this index, most of them, they are struggling because if you check over time, they were trying to lose value, they were trying to fall. But then now they are trying to find their way back up. They are trying to find their way back up. So since they are trying to find their way back up, what you will do is very, 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 very simple. And what do you want to do? Now, with what price is doing currently, remember, more of what we are expected to do will be based on certain orders, either above the current price or either below the current price, which will save us the stress of waiting to look for the perfect place or the perfect time to enter the market. All right. So which will save you to be looking and to be waiting for the perfect time and the perfect place to enter the market. So let me quickly do some things here. 1 hour time frame. Then let me clear my screen so that I can map out properly some areas where we expect some moves. Now with what price is doing, you see the slope price created and the slope for the eyes. The slope for the eyes. Now this is still showing that price cannot conveniently go up because the slope for the eye is looking like there's going to be a curved slope. But then I don't have the Fibonacci curve here. Let me see if I can get it. Trend oscillators, volumes. Okay, let's go to insert Fibonacci arcs. Now, it's supposed to be, we just hold on. The expectation at the curve is not perfect. The curve is not perfect. I'll need a tool to be able to draw the curve. So there's a way the curve is here. So I think price is trying to create a curve from these eyes. It wants to create a curve from the eyes. So that's what I'm seeing, which is the pattern I'm seeing on this chart, which is US 2000, which is US 2000. Okay, now I'm not talking about the current, okay? Do you mean the current candle? Are we to set depending on us above the current candle on any time frame? Okay, now when you say on any time frame, well, depending on the time frame that works best for you, all right, depending on the time frame that works best for you, so you can decide to do above the current price. So if I'm saying current price, we are still referring to current candle because candlesticks are a representation of the movement of price. They are showing to us what price is doing per time. So if I said above the current price, I am still saying above the current candle, all right? So we are still saying the same thing. So you can put those your orders, the buy and the sell above the current candle and also below the current candle, all right? So just like I was trying to say, now there's a curve that price is trying to do. Let me see if I can use the trend line, just cut it short. Now let's see. Now the curve here might not be perfect, and I'm not expecting it to be perfect, rather. Okay. So there is something price is trying to do. This is the last eye for the curve. So if there's going to be any curve for price, expect something like a U. Something like a U that will be around here, and then expect another curve, which might not be perfect, another curve, and then you expect another curve. So now with what I'm trying to do here, trying to see how the eyes are creating a curve. The eyes are creating a curve, and if price would continue in this scenario, so we expect price to bounce back to the upside. Expect price to bounce back to the upside. The only challenge is that the gap price created has not been fully covered by price. So just the same way we did for gold, the same way we did for USDJPY, just be putting your orders above the current price, put your orders below the current price so that you can take advantage of the movement of price. Now, when I'm saying above the current price, below the current price, be careful not to put it at the area whereby, let's say you want to put a buy now, you are now setting a buy at the resistance. It doesn't make sense, except you are expecting price to break above the resistance, okay? So except you are expecting price to break above the resistance. So for these guys, this is a resistance point for price. And even before there, I still have somewhere around here. Now, if you now go all the way down, this is 30 minutes time frame. Look at what is happening on 30 minutes time frame, okay? 30 minutes time frame. So our expectation from the movement of price somehow looks bit uh, a bit dicey and a bit tricky. So don't rush yourself to enter any particular trade. You don't rush to enter a trade, all right? Don't rush to enter a trade. Take your time, enter the trade, and just enjoy what price will do for you, right? Because most times we tend to rush price, and at the end of the day, we don't tend to make anything from the movement that price will make, okay? This is just an advice from me to you guys. Don't rush to enter. Take your time to enter. Never rush to enter, okay? So we have talked about USD which I told you guys is looking like that's broken the pattern. Even same goes for GBP GBP do similar things with USD but for this guy, his own pattern of movement seems a bit different. Uh, GBP has tried to some extent, that's tried. It's almost covered the gap and it's trying to go back all the way up. So if there's any place GBP JPY wants to get to, I think GBP JPY should get to this point, which is above. Now, where price is also, there is struggle for price. So price needs to struggle his way. Price needs to struggle his way to this point. Yeah, price needs to struggle his way to this point. So, Ike, all right. Which time frame is best for entering a trade? Now, you need to understand that every trader has a unique time frame for themselves. For me, as an example, most of my trading activities are done in 1 hour, least 30 minutes. Now, I've done 15 minutes, I've done 5 minutes, I've done those other smaller time frames. But then the one that is very much appealing to me and myself is, 1 hour, least 30 minutes, just like I said. So, but then before I pick the trade on 1 hour, I would need to first check the overall behavior of the instrument. What do I mean by overall behavior of the instrument? What I mean by that is I need to check the trend. Now, trend is the same thing as behavior, and it is the same thing as character. Now, whether you are a day trader, or you are a position trader, you are a scalper, at the end of the day, you want to know the character of the instrument you are dealing with. And you know, when somebody is known with a particular character, there is no way that the person is doing something different from his norms that you will not say, something is wrong somewhere. And if something is wrong somewhere, the person will still go back to a default setting. Let me explain what I just said. So for example, now gold. Everybody knows that gold likes going up. It will go up, go up, go up, go up. But there are days and there are seasons and there are times whereby gold will change direction and it looks like gold is trying to come down. Do you understand? So the character of gold is more of uptrend. Okay. But then gold used to misbehave. You know, when we are talking about behavior now. So gold used to misbehave. So the misbehavior there is that gold used to change trend, used to change direction. But eventually, it will still go back to behaving normal. All right. So with all the small, small examples I've given, I hope you understand what I meant by character, even behavior, also trend. Okay. So price will keep doing what it knows how to do. But for me, as a trader, I need to understand what will price do and what is price doing so that I can know how to follow it properly. All right. That's why I said you don't rush to enter a trade. Just pick a trade and determine the direction of the trade, and everything works fine and it works well for you. All right. So now let's quickly move on. Okay, I would like you. Okay, let me just pick one instrument for myself. Okay, somebody said GBP AUD, GBP AUD, GBP AUD. So let me look for GBP AUD from my market watch. GBP AUD. So I have it here. Then chart window, GBP AUD. Now, this is what I have here for GBP AUD. Now, GBP AUD is going all the way down. GBP AUD is going all the way down. All the way down. Now, let's look at it together. Let's look at it together. So if GBP AUD is going all the way down, now we need to start from higher time frame. Let's see what the behavior has been. Now I think there was a time we did analysis on this instrument, and I think we were expecting it to actually find its way down. I don't know, but then okay. So this is weekly time frame, and this is daily time frame. Now for daily time frame, see where price got to, the areas where it started having issues. Areas where it started having issues. So if those are the areas it started having issues, then let's see. What we have here, with what we have here, so this is like what? A support, right? Now, there are some instruments that sometimes price disregard the support and sometimes price disregard the resistance. So let's extend this and let's see. So in extending this, what do you think? So now let's have a discussion here. So what do you guys think about what is happening? What is happening here? What do you guys think? Is it going up? Is it coming down? Or what do you think eventually this price will do? Just based on what you can see. Now, it is what you see that determines what to expect. I don't know if you understand. It is what you see that determines what to expect. So what do you expect from price? Do you expect it to go up or you expect it to come down? What do you expect? What do you think? So let's have the response Okay, it's a pullback and it may continue downtrend. Okay, or Yusuf Abdul, is a pullback and it may continue downtrend. Then you said, oh, well, I still need another person to give me, I need another person to give me their view on this instrument so that we can continue for we wrap up. Let's see who else is giving me their view. Basically, with what price is doing, okay. Shobola uptrend, okay. Peter Yola up, Olugodi downtrend, Oyekumi a break and retest at support. So when you say a break and retest at support, with the doji in between, it will still go down. Okay. Now I've seen people that study candlesticks. Right, pull back, it is up, price may touch the support and go up. Okay, so now one thing you need to understand is nobody is wrong. Everybody is right. Okay? If you say it goes up, fine. If you say it comes down, fine. Everybody is right. Nobody is wrong. So Abi Oladejo says if it breaks up, it may push up. If it breaks down, it may continue down. Okay. So everybody is right. So now the way it works, if it breaks up, it may push up. If it breaks down, it may continue down. So let's quickly look at it together and let's see what will happen. Let's see what will happen to GBP AUD. Now, this is it. Okay, Elias Yusuf, this will be the last one. All right, it has left a big gap from January. Guess it's almost filling the gap. It might respect above immediate resistance. I see it completing the gap and going downward. Yeah, when you say January, so we need to go as far back as possible. So when you said there has been a gap, right? So if there has been a gap that price is trying to cover, let's see, January. So this is around January, yeah. I'm trying to look for the gap. So if anybody can see it, just let me know if you can see the gap from January. But the only gap I believe we are seeing is the gap that we have around here. So this gap here, as if price has not even filled. Okay, price has not filled this gap here. So if there's a gap, I believe this is the gap you are talking about. For price can come back to the support, struggle, bounce back. Well, just in line with gap analysis. Okay, so around 17 October. Okay, so yeah, that's the gap we are talking about. Okay, all right. So if that's the gap we are talking about, then let's try and zoom in and let's see. So I'll just mark that place. Just mark it out so that we have a good. Okay, so this is the gap. Now there is what is called. Okay, let me just use the uh, other blocks indicator. Let's use the other block indicator. Okay, so let's have it. So let's open gaps on. Okay, so remember where we analyzed where we say there's gap. Okay, this is break of structure here. Let's see the fair value gaps and the Fibonacci is off. Let's have our Fibonacci. Auto Fibonacci. So let's go down to 4 hours time frame. So this is the gap that price created, right? So even if price wants to, even if you want to buy, please allow price to come down to this point. Let price come down here, then you can buy. Okay, so if it gets to this point, you can look out to buy. Buy it, then take it out. Okay, so I think that would be it for GBP/AUD. So somebody should give us the last instrument that we can do for today. I think we have done gold. That's the one we started with. We have done gold. We have done US 2000. We have done USD JPY, GBP JPY, GBP AUD. Then the next one will be the last one, which we are going to be doing for today. So who is giving us the instrument? Right, US 100, Euro USD. Okay, US 100. Euro NZD. You know, there are some instruments that I don't, that I've not traded for a while. You know, for example, Euro NZD, I've not traded for a while. So we have US 100, Euro USD. Yeah, so we have 4 options there. We go back to gold, or go to US 100, or Euro USD, or Euro NZD. So somebody just need to push the move. Ekpemski, it's been a while. He said, oh yeah, Ekpemski. Okay, so now I think we have done currency, we have done metals, we have done indices. So I think we should just do oil. So let's try oil and let's see what oil is doing. All right, so everybody, please, let's move down to oil. All right, so Ekpemski, oil seems to be like the instrument for you. That's nice. So let's have oil and let's deal with oil. Okay. Now for oil, yesterday oil was pulling higher. Yesterday it was pulling higher, and today it's trying to do what we call retracement. So, and if price will retrace, let me pick my Fibonacci from here. If price will retrace, or I should do my break of structure on this. Okay, so if price is retracing, let it come back here, or let it come back to this point here, except there is a fundamental event that can push it higher. We're actually expecting oil to crash, the price of oil to crash, with what OPEC is doing, with what the Middle East that is not settled with what they are doing. So everything seems confusing, and everything seems very, very more confused. All right, so for oil, let me go back to 4 hours time frame. Let's check. Okay, well, I've done some analysis here before. So now this trend line, this was a false breakout from the trend line. Now it's looking like there's going to be another false breakout. So where is the trend line coming from? Oh, seems oil wants to find this way. Now, with what oil is doing, it seems trying to find this way off. So, still going to our default rule. What is our default rule? Default rule is just that you set a buy stop, your sell stop. You just set those things either above or below the current price. Either above or below the current price. So just set those ones either above or below the current price. So we are going to do that, and though with what I have on smaller time frames, let price falls. But with this gathering that price is doing, there's going to be a massive push up from price, a massive push up from price. And if there's going to be a massive push off from price, it's going to be a very long bullish candle, which will take it back to where it started from. So which is somewhere around there. It started falling from here. So this place seems like another resistance, right? So price is respecting the resistance. It didn't respect this resistance. It broke this resistance, and it got to this point. So after getting to this point, it's trying to pull back. Price is trying to pull back. So since price is trying to pull back, let's expect price to either come down to our moving average 21, or it comes back fully down to somewhere around here. So if you can do our normal, put your order above the current price, or you put your order below the current price, so that you can have a way to follow the price, so that you can have a way to follow the price. So that's what I'm envisaging for this instrument. That's what I'm envisaging for this instrument. So yeah, let's see how it goes for Oye. Oye is just trying to approach that particular point. There is every tendency that it might try to bounce back from this point here. It might try to bounce back from this point here. So if it gets to this point, expect a bounce back for Oye, as if it gets to somewhere around there. So if it bounce back, then it will fall massively. It will fall massively, right? So because the trend for oil currently seems more to the downside rather to the upside. So always stick with the trend, okay? Stick with the behavior of the instrument. So checking smaller time frame, what do we have? So it's trying to create a curve, and in creating the curve, this is smaller time frame. So all the gaps that price has created will soon be covered by price itself. All the gap it has created will be covered by price itself. So just take a moment to hold on. Take a moment to hold on and see what price will do. Remember, I told you price looks more down rather than up. Okay, so thank you so much for coming to the morning market review this morning, and we told you and we mentioned, we said, if you want to save yourself the stress of analyzing, the stress of going through the chart, the stress of placing a trade, waiting to enter, having issues where to enter, when to enter, how to enter. Now, there is a system that has been put in place to save you from those stress, so that this only stress you want to be faced with is going to be your withdrawal stress. Okay, so now, to save yourself the stress, remember, contact your account officers, ask them, how can I be a part of this? How can I work with this? Right? So just, take a walk around this. Okay. Thank you so much for joining Market Review this morning. I hope you have been enlightened and you have been shown how to avoid unnecessary trade and how to focus on the real trades that you have on the chart. All right. So we'll see you in our next session, which will be tomorrow. And don't forget, we also have online classes coming up by 10. We have online classes happening from 6 p.m., which is the evening virtual class for our clients, which are the registered clients, okay? And also, don't forget that we have special classes, most especially since today is Wednesday, there's a special class we are having in most of our branches in Lagos, Ibadan, Port Harcourt, even in Abuja, right? Don't miss it for anything. Come and get the insight and the secret to being consistent in profit making, right? Thank you so much. Please do have a lovely day ahead and have a peaceful day ahead. Thank you.